Let's edit a photo of Vaporoni. Anyway, follow along and hope you get something out of it. So I want to walk with you through how I'm going to take this photo from Lightroom here into Photoshop and do some basic edits on it. There are things that need to be fixed in this photo. And so that being said, let's go ahead and take this over here into Photoshop. And let's just make a duplicate layer real quick, and by pushing Control J. So a couple things to look at here. Overall, this shot is good, and I'll tell you why it's good, what the elements are that make it good, and I'll tell you what the elements are that make it need some adjustment. There's a balance on the right and left side of figure, props, so there's not too much wide open space over here. It tells a story. It's shot pretty much on the thirds. It's got a great scene, a great set. It's got story. It's got mood and composition. You know, those things are all in place here. We've got foreground right here. You know, we've got middle ground. We've got background. We've got leading lines going out of the frame in both directions, for that matter. But definitely leading lines out of the frame, and those are all good things to have in a shot. Bad things in the shot, they're not bad. They're just things that, you know, need addressing. This area right here on the right, where you can see my TV monitor, we're going to fix that. We might open the shadows up just a little bit, do a little noise reduction. We're going to clean up these straps. And I want to talk about when you see clipping right here. Now, if you know that there's a bright light source behind somebody, like the sun, I don't mind clipping. Clipping to me adds a little bit of realism to it. As long as you know it's there and you make a conscious decision to leave it there, then it's okay. So when people talk about, oh, there's clipping, you know, that's not always a bad thing. Is all I'm going to say. You know, so then we're going to do a little cleanup on his face, and yeah, pretty much. You know, those are some basic edits that I always do, so nothing different here. First thing we're going to address is the seam in the tracks. I don't like it. It's taking away from the image. Well, they're not real train tracks. What can I do? So let's go ahead and create a blank layer. We're going to push S for stamp. We're going to make sure all layers up here is turned on. We're going to set our foreground color and background color to white by pushing D. We're going to push Shift 5, and that's going to change the flow to 50%. Bracket keys are going to turn our brush down, and we're going to get a clone sample from like right here, and we're just going to drag across. There we go. No magic to this. We're not going to take it away, but we are going to greatly minimize it. Then we'll make a bigger brush size, and we'll do Shift 20. We'll go down, and we'll just drag across the seam like this to hide that a little bit. And if you really want to, you can go over here to Shift 5, take the rock, and take that little spot away off of the rock. There you go. If you wanted to get so detailed with it, you know, I mean, I don't care about that stuff. It doesn't really matter to me. But the definitely the, let's take that back. Whoops. There we go. We're good with that one. Let's do this side. Brush, oh no, S for stamp. We're at 50%. Now that's fine. This is a less reflective side here. We'll come up here and we'll drag back across this. And we'll do Shift 10. We'll just kind of keep it random and mix some of the spots up just to keep our flow random and our source sort of random in the fact that it sort of hides, you know, like this. And then we'll like this right here. We'll blend that away a little bit. There we go. Looks good. Okay. Looks good to me. Okay. That's not so distracting. And another glaring thing that needs correction is this right here. Let's take and hit L for the lasso tool, and we will make a loose selection around the area we don't want. Shoop, like that. Right click inside of it and do generative fill. We're not going to type anything in, and it's going to select from the scene, and it'll give us a few options. So we'll pick the one that we like the best, and if we don't like any of them, we'll do it again. Spin that roulette wheel again and see what happens. That did nothing. That did even nothinger. Oh, you know why? I'm stupid. Oh, not smart. Let's turn that. Oh, let's just take that back down. I need to select it on the layer that I want. This one here. There we go. That was not too smart, Mr. Michael. There we go. Okay. Right click, generative fill. Now let's do it. Let's see what it gives us. Spin that roulette wheel, baby. What are you going to give us? And I didn't put any keywords or anything in there. That looks pretty. That looks reasonable. That looks reasonable. There's some information in there now. It's not bad. I mean, let's see if we can do it again. Let's do this. Let's drag that to the trash. Let's do this. Let's make our selection a little bit bigger. Like this. See what it does. Generative fill. And we'll click generate. It's free. Just keep circling and clicking. Okay, almost there. Look at that. Perfect. I'll take it. Let's look at our other options. It's not bad either. Oh, that's not bad either. Man. That looks pretty good. So this is what we'll do. We'll select this one. We'll go over here. We'll hit brush. We'll zoom in. Whoops. We'll zoom in. Nope. We'll zoom in. We'll hit brush. It overlaps the board a little bit. So this is what we'll do. I mean, this is perfect, man. Shift 5. X. Okay. We're going to take it off of the board so that it doesn't go over the top of the board. And we've got data to fill in the missing spot. And I'm good with that. Okay. Yay, generative fill. And this was the train tracks. Yes, we fixed those. Okay. All right. I mean, how easy was that? So, next thing we need to fix really quickly, let's take a look at these straps. Need to get these fixed. And by fix, I mean we need to get them gone. Stamp all layers. We'll do 50%, shift 5. And we'll keep the brush small. We'll get a source from right here. We'll do this in a few passes. It's a pretty forgiving area, so we'll be okay. And it's an invisible hair tie. My wife uses these. They're great for stuff just like this. And apparently hair too. But okay. Just work this down in small bits. Keep your source random. Okay. Same thing here. We'll just go back over the shoulder. Whoops, maybe not that poorly. Like that right there. Right there. decrease the brush size. Come in here. Get rid of that green. We'll do Shift 30. Oh, quit beeping. Photoshop. Like I say, this is a pretty forgiving area. You can really... I don't know why you keep beeping at me. Just go up here a little bit. Just come down a little bit. That looks fine. Looks good. Okay. You can see a little bit on the shirt right here. We're at 30%. We'll keep 30%. Looks fine there. And what we'll do is we can kind of overlap where the strap is bunched to the clothing up, or you could go into Liquify and fix it there too. Nobody's going to be the wiser. Okay, looks good. Let's also get in here and fix some of the little spots. Okay. I mean, we're zoomed in at 250%, so we're pretty zoomed in pretty well. We probably don't really need to be that zoomed in. Nobody's going to look at it at that magnification, but I think we're looking pretty good. I'm not sure what that blue. Whoops. Let's see. I don't like the way that did that. Let's push S and take a sample from right there. Then we'll fix the cuff right there. There we go. Fix that line. Looks fine to me. These little bits are on there. They're supposed to be on there, I think, so I'm not really worried about those. Actually, it could be from his sweater, his green sweater, so let me take those out. I changed my mind. Shift 5. There we go. We don't want to really drag on a patterned area. We kind of just want to drag in the direction of the pattern if we can, or use patch and fill, or okay, I'm good with that. All those corrective areas are done. Now let's go into Camera Raw and adjust some of the yeah, let's go filter, Camera Raw, where are you at? Okay. Let's see something. So normally in a silhouette, it's going to be bright behind and dark in the front. I would like his face and stuff a little bit lighter. I'm going to open the shadows up just a little bit, and that's going to give me a little noise. It's going to come in, and that's okay. We can work with noise. Open the shadows up, say about right there. Then yeah, we'll open that up a little bit. Let's see if we, what am I looking for right here? Let's see. No, I don't want to open. I don't want to mess with that. Yeah, okay. Let's click OK. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. So here is before the shadows are opened up. Here's after. I'm good with that. Looks fine. It did it globally. it's such a subtle amount. I don't think it really matters in the rest of the image. So I could keep it, or I could just hit Alt and the mask tool, and that's going to turn off the effect that we just added. And then I'm going to put brush, B for brush, change my brush size, push X so my foreground color is white, and then I can go in here and just add the opening shadows back up on the layer that I want, and which would be like the suitcase, just a little bit, maybe the pants just a little bit. Now this is a large soft brush. I'm going to show you a trick to you here real quick. Large soft brush. Oh, you know what? Wait. Why are we at? Okay. Okay, yeah, it's there. I think. Well, never mind. Shut my mouth. Here's a trick to show where your mask. So remember, I said it was a large. It was a very soft brush. So there's going to be the effect of the mask outside of the suitcase and the leg. So all you want to do to check that, you can just go to Alt, hit the mask, and then you can go back in here, and it's going to show you everywhere that, let's change the hardness, that your mask is affecting. And we'll bring this, we'll rein this in just a little bit. Okay. This is his foot and his pant leg and his suitcase. We don't need it all out there so much everywhere. Okay. So here we go. Now you can see it's pretty much localized and centered right in the middle there, and I'm good with that. Let's do this. Let's create a curves adjustment layer by pushing Control M. Drag this down, and I want to look at just his face. We'll open it up a little bit right there. We'll make another layer. We'll do blend if. Down here, and all I want to do is look at the highlights. We're going to push Alt and slide this over. And we'll keep it all on. That's fine. We'll Alt and do a layer mask, and then we'll come over here and we'll push X, and we're going to bring some of this face out just a little bit. Okay, it doesn't have to be really precise on this. Let's see here. We'll go like this. Okay. Now we'll Control I. There we go. And we'll just do it here on the natural highlights that are here already. Okay, like this. And then we'll feather that out just a little bit so it's a bit smooth. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now here's, go away. So it's subtle, but there's a highlight there. Now we need to get his eyes. And for the eyes, what I'm going to do is, let's do, this is what we'll do for the eyes. We'll do Shift Control N. We'll do color dodge. We'll fill this with neutral color. Click OK. Hit X to change our foreground color to white. We'll go over here. We'll do Shift 1. Okay. For 10%. And we'll come in here real close. Okay. And brush. Whoops. Whoa. Hey, slow down. Slow down, player. Delete that. Okay. Now, we'll come in here And we'll just brighten the area of the eye up a little bit here. I might do this. You know what? I think that's a bit intense. So let's do it with a curves adjustment layer. Let's hit Control M. We'll drag this up until there's a whiteness in his eye that I like without a color cast. Something like that. Looks good to me. Okay. Layer mask, brush, and we'll come in here and we'll do 40, Shift 4 for 40. And now we can get a nice white in here that doesn't have a color cast to it. We're good with that. We'll hit just the edge right there. He wouldn't have a highlight in his eye because there is a sunlight behind him. Okay, let's take this out. That's how it looks before. This is how it looks after. I think that's a good amount there. I like it. Even if you wanted to, you could take it down a little bit. Yeah, let's do 70. We'll do 70. Meet in the middle. We'll do 80. We'll do 77. There we go. And then we're good with that. Now let's do this. Let's do a high pass sharpen on his eye to bring him out a little bit more. Filter other. We'll do high pass. The value of 4 is fine. We'll click OK. We're probably going to do soft light on here, and I'll show you the differences. This is a way to sharpen. So you can go over here. Soft light is an overlay or generally what you want. There's also hard light, but hard light is really, really rough. Look at that. Let's do, there's overlay, there's soft light. We'll do soft light, then I'll hit Alt, create a mask, brush, Shift 1 for 10. Actually, let's do Shift 3 for 30%. Then we'll come in here, foreground color to white, and we will sharpen his eyelids up to bring attention to his eyes. Okay. Okay, there is before, there is after, and you can pass over it again if you want. I think what I would like also is whoops, let's do this. Whatever, just click OK. Okay, let's do this. Oh, whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to copy that. Let's do Control M. And I'm just looking at the highlight in this eyelid over here and the highlight here. Whoa, stop. Stop, man. What are you doing? This tablet is just going nuts. Control M one more time. Okay. Make a layer mask there. Then we'll do brush. Shift 5 for 50%. Turn the brush size down a little bit. And let's do 100%. Shift 00. Whoops. Why did it do that? Hang on. Opacity, fill, 0. There we go. Brush. Okay. Let's brush that away. And then change our brush size. I just want to sort of accentuate this little thing real quick. There we go. Another way to do that is with blend diff, but I didn't feel like going over there and doing it with blend diff when I could just do it all right here. So there we go. Okay. Let's look at his eyes now. They're a bit sharper. Okay. I like them. Okay. So we've got some sharpness to the eye. We're good with that. Next thing I want to do is do a little noise reduction on the overall image itself. And then we only have like a couple steps left, so it's no big deal. Let's do filter Topaz Labs, and I'll run my noise reduction on here. And let's look at the areas that I know will have noise, which are the shadows. And a good way to judge if the noise reduction is too much is look at an area you know has noise, and then look at an area that doesn't have noise. And if the area that doesn't have noise looks weird, then you've done it too much. Okay, so let's go up here and take a look at the face. And I think we're looking good. I think we're good. Let's click apply. It's going to take a minute to get that where it needs to be. Okay, so let's zoom in on the eyes here. This is with the noise reduction. This is without. Okay, we're looking pretty reasonable. Okay, this is with. This is without. See all that noisy noise in there? Okay, we're good. Looks fine to me. Okay. Another thing I want to do is let's make some of this metal in the shot look a little more reflective. Let's go to color dodge. We'll hit this. And we'll come in here to the can. We'll do B for brush. We'll do shift 1 for 10 flow, and then we'll come over here. We'll increase our brush size, and let's see how. There we go. That looks a little more like it could be the sun from the sunrise hitting the bottom of that. That looks fairly believable. Okay. Let's zoom in on this here. And let's, whoa, hey, what happened there? Oh, changed my blend mode from dissolve to normal. That's weird. I don't know how that happened, but it did. There we go. Okay. Just subtle differences here that I want. Okay. I don't really want to do anything to the railroad sign. It's fairly out of focus enough that you know what it is, and it's just the right amount of depth of field and separation, and it has a nice transition from front to rear, so we don't really need to add anything to that. Let's go ahead and so we're in a good place here. Let's do this. It's looking pretty reasonable. Pretty reasonable photo. We haven't really done that much, so let's do this. Let's I want to do something because I have OniRic and I was going to try to add it. I updated it and it's been acting weird. I don't know if I want to mess with it or not, but we're in a pretty good spot right here. Let's do a sharpen, and we'll do a smart sharpen. We'll come up here, we'll look at his face. Now be careful, because if you sharpen too much, you're going to get all this, but we can mask that out and just keep the sharpen on the areas that we want. I think that looks pretty good. It's pretty much a standard setting that I use because I do this all the time. So let's zoom in on his face here. Now watch his hair right here. We don't want to sharpen that hair. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put that back. Control I. We'll do brush X for background color, and we'll do 80%, and we'll take that back off of there. Okay. That's fine. I just don't want his hair. We can do it right here, and that's fine. Right in here is fine. Otherwise it gets too nuts. Too buku. There we go. Okay. We're good with that. We're looking pretty darn spiffy. I think I would like to, at this point, let's go over here, filter camera raw, and add a little bit of a vignette. You can do that in Photoshop also, but I kind of like this a little bit. About like that there. We're looking good. And yeah, click OK. And I think we're okay, man, with this. I think we're going to flatten this, export it to, where's flatten? Send that over back to Lightroom. Looks good. I think it's a fine looking photo. I mean, this is what I would do to a photo. Is, you know, this is what I would do to it. And